I've stopped going uni. Everything I was doing outside on the roads, I've put behind me. I've said, I'm not doing that. Everything's into boxing. So I was working part-time at Sainsbury's on the weekends, and in the week it's just all boxing. On these small horse shows, you get a batch of tickets, you gotta sell them, you gotta pay the house, the opponent, before you pay yourself.
Our sponsors, for the perspective, Fireway Pizza are offering you guys 20% off using our discount code AD20. Use it today, man. Save money, be patterned. We got you. AD20, Fireway Pizza. I'll say good evening. Denzel, how's it going, bro?
All good, man. All good, thank you, man. Yourself?
I'm good, man. First off, congratulations. Just today you announced a new fight. Yeah, bro. How are you feeling about that? Like, when do you actually know? Up until, okay, so the fight's been announced today, but when do you start knowing actually who your opponent's gonna be?
So like, depends. Sometimes like for example, this camp, I got a date in it. So I had the date already. The date was there. Everyone else has got to do their job, kind of find opponents. I got a few names thrown at me, and it was like, cool, this is who it is. Call them on, innit? Whoever gets back, and we go from there. I mean, I'm not really one that looks too deep into opponents and stuff. I leave that to my team and stuff, so. I'll get 3 names at me. What do you think of this guy? This guy, yeah, he's good. He might be worth it. This ain't worth it, whatever. Then, and then obviously I just say, look, go from there. Call it all on. Whoever gets back and whoever makes the most sense, we work with.
Alright, cool. So now you have your opponent. Then, like, so how's the preparation like? Because some people are more like, are you the person who trains how you adapt your style to how they fight? Or you just trying to impose your style against them?
Yeah, I focus on my style, but I focus on what would work. So what I can do that works, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I can do a few different things. So I feel like when I'm looking at someone, okay, they do this good, what can I do that ain't gonna take away from me, that's gonna work against my opponent, and we go from there.
And then like, obviously everyone talks about styles makes fights, but what do you define as your own boxing style like? How do you see it?
I'd say like boxer puncher. I can move a little bit and I obviously hit quite hard, but I ain't really showed much of my movement in my fights recently as well. Like, I've probably been getting carried away with the fact that I hit quite hard, so yeah.
So let's get to the start. So how long have you been fighting professionally for?
Professionally, 6 years. Well, probably at 15, my brother went 9 Elms Market. He bought gloves, head guard, and just like, long story short, me, him, and a man would just be fighting on the end somewhere. We find a block, proper block door open, and we just be like, yeah, me and you are the same height, like same size, like let's rock it out, innit? Let's see who can beat who up. Yeah, you just start calling out your brethren, like, yeah, I reckon I can beat you up. Let's put on the gloves, and then we just start kind of fighting each other and stuff. And then that was like my first introduction to boxing, because I never used to watch boxing. I weren't interested in it. I was trying to play football. So then, move on, fast forward to like college times. About 17, my friend was like, yeah, he boxes. I was like, yeah, cool, take me to the gym. Took me to his gym, and then, yeah, kind of went on from there.
Like, what's the first like time in the gym like?
Weird, because if you walk in the gym, like, everyone's sweating, working out, it stinks, innit? First things first, it stinks. You're like, oh, this is mad. And then you go in the gym, it's awkward, because it's like, who do you speak to? Everyone's already busy, everyone's working, you got people hitting the bags, the coaches are already training, and when you walk in, it's like, everyone just kind of looks over at you, and it's like, all right, cool, all the attention's on me. Then it's like, all right, cool, can I join in? And it's a bit awkward, innit? Then you get into the gym, all right, cool, you do your thing. I'll be honest, the first day, no one weren't paying me no attention. So I'm just like, I ain't got no gloves, I ain't got no hand wraps, I'm in Air Forces, track suits tucked into the socks, like, do you know what I mean? Like, thinking, yeah, I want to work out. So I walk into the little cabinet, put on some old smelly gloves. I'm like, oh, I'm not feeling this. Like, everything's sweaty. Start trying to hit the bags, but no one ain't really paying attention, because no one knows my intentions, innit? Like, I'm already 17, nearly 18, trying to box. These guys are already doing their thing by that age, you know what I'm saying? So everyone's like, we don't know how serious. So I had to keep coming a few times for a coach to really look over and be like, all right, cool, what do you want to do? Do you want to box? All right, cool, I'll take you on and show me a few things.
Bro, so when you're now going to the gym though, like when you go back to the ends, to the man, are they hearing it? Like, is it actually like you're just going there to just train, or you're just actually thinking, I actually want to be a fighter?
It's weird, innit? Because I weren't thinking I want to be a fighter. I just thought I could box because of what we was doing on the ends. Yeah. So then when I went there, obviously I realized I couldn't box. And then I kind of felt like...
But you mean you could fight, but you couldn't box?
I could fight, but I couldn't box. But then when I kept going to the gym, I felt like I wanted to be a fighter, but it wasn't like a done deal, like, yes, this is what I'm going to be. I just felt like I wanted to be a fighter. And like, you know what, I want to do this. I want to see what I can do, how far I can go. So I just kept going. But obviously, like you say, you go back to the ends and the man them influence, like, you still want to do what you're doing, just doing madness on the end. So I was in and out the gym, so I'd go for a little bit, then I'd go missing for a couple months. Then I'd come back again, then I'd go missing again, then I'd come back again. So I was very inconsistent, like, the first year. And then the coach was just going to me one time, like, yo, if you're not consistent, I'm going to charge you extra as a keep fitter, because you obviously don't want to box. I was like, no, I want to box. I'm going to show my commitment, kind of thing. And then I started going in more regularly. And then when I would go missing, it won't be for as long this time. So instead of like going missing for a couple months, I might go missing for a couple weeks, because I'm doing whatever I'm doing on the ends, and then I got to get back to it. And it's like, yeah, now I really want to box. I've heard about the amateur system, how it works. Yeah, I want to have a fight as an amateur. I never knew about amateurs before. So now I'm training towards an amateur fight. But I used to be a bit heavy as a kid, so I had to lose a lot of weight, which was probably what took me long to have my first fight.
But I'm still trying to clock, so... But I don't know, I'm thinking that no one on the ends really thinks boxing, they can't think it's a way out, like, or do they think like, yo, like, you can be a world champion, or... Because it's like it's rap or football or it's whatever, innit?
Yeah, definitely. But then it's like, I don't know why with boxing, I just enjoyed it. At the time, I went to the gym, the first time I sparred, I got beat up by someone that was like 30 kilos lighter than me. But...
Wait, 30 kilos lighter?
Yeah, so at the time when I was like 17, 18, I was like 90 kilos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was quite heavy still. And this shoot boxed at 60 kilos. And he was just like piecing me up. That's when I realized, okay, no, I can't box. Apart from obviously like not hitting the pads, I thought, yeah, cool. And then I was like, nah, I gotta come back, because if I don't come back, they're all gonna think I'm a joke, man. Like, yeah, he's like, you know what they say, oh, his bottle's gone or whatever. So of course I got to come back. So I kept coming back. Obviously the fact that I kept coming back, the coach was like, I see you're taking a liking to it, like you're taking it quite seriously. If you're doing that, then I can put effort into you, like I can put some time into you, and then try and see if you progress as a fighter. So then I don't know what it was, but I just wanted to box. No, I'll tell you what it was actually. I started watching Floyd and Adrian Broner.
Adrian Broner,
yeah.
Adrian Broner was too funny.
So I'm saying, me and my brother, we watching Adrian Broner. You know, we had these little About Billions episode. I'm thinking, wow, like there's money in this boxing thing. Like, yeah, we could do this. Bro, the minute you get into it, you realize there's no money in this, in boxing. You got to get to a certain level before you can see that sort of money. But I just enjoyed it anyway, so I kept doing it.
So you see the financial part of boxing, like, a lot of it reminds me like of the old school like talent shows, where it's like, you basically get a certain amount of tickets, you sell the tickets, and you basically can keep
100%.
Some of it.
Yeah,
like,
that's exactly what it's like.
Is that how it started off for you, when it's like you have to try and like basically shot tickets to the mandem to your people to come and watch you fight, and that's how you get your pay?
Yeah, so it's like, when I turned pro, I didn't have an extensive amateur career. I had like 17 amateur fights, didn't win no major national titles or nothing. So when I was turning pro, I didn't have no leg to stand on to go to a promoter and be like, oh, this is what you've done, can you sign him? So I started off on what we call small horse shows. On these small horse shows, you get a batch of tickets, you got to sell them, you got to pay the house, the opponent, before you pay yourself.
Wait, you pay for your opponent?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
That's what I'm saying, it's mad. Really? Yeah, so like, you know these guys, you call them away fighters or journeymen, whatever you want to call them, they come to this, they obviously turn up for you, because you're going to go there and try and use them to showcase your skills. Yeah. Some of them might wake up one day and say, nah, you know what, I want to win today, and come and win that job. Like, you can never tell. So whoever they get you, so for example, let's just say, just for argument's sake, my opponent cost a bag, I've got to pay the promoters a bag to box in their show, and then I get paid a bag, because that's what my opponent's getting paid, and then whatever's left, we split down 50-50.
Who you split the 50 with?
The promoter.
Oh, the promoter as well?
Yeah, so
the promoters, they're basically saying, I'm showcasing you to, I'm putting on these fights, and like you're gonna be at maybe like 10th before the main fighter, and that's giving you the chance. that's give you the chance to basically showcase to a wider audience.
But you showcase to whoever's there because it's not televised. I'm saying there's small horse shows. This is before the promotions and that. This is boxing on like a lower level, grassroots boxing. So you could be first. It's the same deal. You know what I'm trying to say? So like, let's say for example that I got to pay a bag to the house, a bag to my opponent, and a bag to that's 3 bags. If you can't sell 3 bags worth of tickets, then you're in trouble. If you sell enough to just cover your expenses, then you're good. But if you're under, you owe money.
Oh, and you got to pay from your own personal pockets.
You got to pay from your own personal. If you want a box, you got to pay from your own personal pockets. Yeah, because like that was a deal and you agreed to it before. So it's like, this is what it is. Can you do it? Yes, I can. No, I can't.
So, bro, talk to me to that part. So then, like, are you having to talk to the man and saying, "Yo, listen, brother, this ain't a guest list thing"?
No, I've never gone up my way to. I've always said to the man, like to everyone that supports, man, come if you want to come, bro. Like it's all appreciated, but I ain't about to beg you to come to something that you don't value, you know what I'm trying to say? Because then it's like you're doing me a favor. It's all nice, it's all appreciated, and obviously I appreciate it's all love, like I get it. Like even till now, there's a set amount of people, like family and friends, that always support, man, and it's out of love, innit? But when you're, like what you said, like, yo, you man, like, you're kind of begging, you feel me? And you know what I'm saying? Like, I never wanted to reach that point. It's like, if you don't come, no hard feelings, you don't come in it.
But that's a far vision from the Adrian Broner situation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, so I'm thinking, bro, like, because do you know what it's like? We all come from a certain place, so our mentalities are a certain way. So when you hear that's the pattern, bro, how you think, like, I'm just thinking, you must be thinking, huh?
Yeah. I was like, this is mad. Yeah. And then as I'm going around, I'm selling tickets and thinking, this is like the end, isn't it? Like someone puts you on, you're working, you do your thing, you got a random piece and you get a little change. Like, it's the same thing everywhere, like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, so I just got to try and shift as much tickets as I can to eat, to make some money. For me, so I got to keep putting out there, promoting it. Yeah, come to my next fight, guys. You put it on Snapchat, Instagram, wherever it is. Yeah, you come to my debut. All support's appreciated. And obviously, like, I'm quite a likable guy where I'm from, family and friends. So everyone, you know, everyone kind of like wanted to support me at first, but then obviously after that, it kind of goes down and down and down. Because after your first fight, your debut, everyone comes. After that, someone's like, I've done my part, I've gone to his first fight, I don't need to go to the next one for now. Because if someone's not a boxing fan, you know what I'm saying? It could be a long day, and how are you going to convince someone to spend, even if it's £50, £50, £40 at the time, small shows, to spend that sort of money when they've got bills and stuff to pay at home? Yeah. That's still a lot of money. That's just a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? So how am I going to ask someone to spend £50? See what I'm saying? It's mad. See, I'm saying I didn't even know that. That's mad. So £50 to come and watch me. You don't care about the other guys on the thing. Probably never going to be entertaining. You're paying £50 to come watch me, and I'm fighting quite frequently. So I think my first year I had like 8 fights. How do I convince you to spend £50 8 times if you don't care about boxing?
Yeah. So, bro, I'm saying in them situations there, bro, then how does it end up working out, if at all? Like, because, like, one, how do you keep motivated? Because when the people who came the first time ain't coming, and then there's the financial pressures. Hey, bro, it just sounds like it's a lot, bro.
Yeah, no, it's a lot, man. It's a lot, but I'd sacrificed a lot to box. So I was going uni, I dropped out of uni.
What were you studying?
I was studying sports science. So, yeah, so then I dropped out of uni.
But the family cool with that, though?
No.
wait, let's do this before we go. So, bro, you're at uni, you're from the end, so now it's like, okay, cool, bro's made good, he's gonna find a way out for education. And then you're saying, I'm dropping this and I'm gonna go be a boxer.
Yeah.
So how the family taking that though, like?
That I didn't mention it.
You just did it?
Yeah. Yeah. And then one day, mom could ask me, yo, when you going back? I was like, oh yeah, next week I just got the letter or something. I can't remember what email or letter. She's like, yo, it's November. Like, come on, I'm not down. Like, I was like, yeah, I dropped out, man. She's like, you what? No, I can't do it no more, man. I tried. She's like, no, you're mad. You better go back there and get your position back or whatever it was. I was like, no, I'm not going back. Like, and it was just techie. My dad's obviously phoning from Ghana, like, what's going on? I'm saying, like, I can't do it. My mom started talking to me for a bit. I was like, oh, that was a bit like, that was techie still. I was like, oh, like, I can just walk in the house, someone's looked at me and turned their head. I'm like, oh, she's never talking to me. But, bro, it's my life, like, of course I want to make you lot proud, but I want to do it how I know how. Like, I'm going to go to uni, graduate, and not even want to do the job that I graduated for, that I got a degree for. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it didn't make no sense to me. And then I'm wasting time because I'm very raw. Like, I've had my first amateur fight at 19, so I don't know how to box. I ain't got time to graduate at 21 and then start boxing now. Like, it's too late for me. So I just put all my time into boxing. So I wasn't going uni, so I wake up in the morning, go for a run, go to gym in the evening. That was my pattern every day. Wake up, go for a run, gym in the evening. So I've stopped going uni. Everything I was doing outside on the roads, I've put behind me. I've said, I'm not doing that. Everything's into boxing. So I was working part-time at Sainsbury's on the weekends, and in the week it's just all boxing. So from 19, I had my first amateur fight. At 22, I turned pro.
Again though, bro, because it's like, I'm thinking about, like, you gotta have like leadership qualities, because the man them ain't really going for that. They're not like, even to go uni, then work in Sainsbury's, and then do boxing, and then almost like have to sell, like, that's not, none of us from the...
Yeah, not as long, but I've always been someone like, when I want something, I'm gonna do it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like whatever it is, yeah, I guess so, yeah. But being young at the time, I'm not thinking, oh yeah, I'm just thinking, yo, this is what I want to do for myself, like. And I always told myself, like, if I try boxing and it don't work, I can always go back to uni and finish off. Anytime I've got enough qualifications or wherever I need to go back to uni, like, that's whatever. But there's a short time frame to be an athlete, so I've got to kind of get on it. So, but because I was kind of playing football before, I was already it wasn't like I was an out of shape guy, and so I was quite athletic enough to catch on to boxing straight away. So I caught on quite quickly. And I just put in a lot of time. I was in the gym every day. Like, after I got out of the mode of disappearing and coming back because I went on it, when I dropped everything, I was like, I'm in the gym every day. Like, this is what it is. Like, so this is because I've dropped out of uni now, I've got to commit to this, otherwise I'm a joke, man.
Bro, but so when you came in, you said you was 90 kgs. Yeah. Bro, and then what was the first weight that you were fighting at?
First weight, I thought I was 77 kilos as an amateur.
Bro, how does it bro? So how do you go about like dropping that weight to fight and feel like, do you get me? Like, why didn't you not fight at like a higher weight?
Cause I just weren't big enough. I got a bit chubby when I was a bit younger, so I was a bit chubby. So it's like, you're not fighting these guys at 90 kilos, and they're big guys. Like Lawrence Okoli, Riakpo and them are 90 kilos. See what I'm trying to say? Like, you'll be fighting big guys. Like if you want to box, you lose the weight. Yeah. So you just, like, obviously at that time, no experience of boxing and nothing. I don't know how to lose weight. Sorry, not that I don't know how to diet properly. So like, I'm missing meals, finishing training, getting a little meal deal, thinking the sandwich is gonna help. Like, I ain't got the right nutrition and the right things to go with it. So I'm just doing some mad things and wearing sweatsuits and bin bags and going for a run and sweating bare and not eating, sleeping, waking up, and then having a little bit of breakfast, just not eating, not eating right, innit? So when I first lost the weight, I was just mad, like, just sucked, like, just no muscle, just slim, nothing, yeah, no power. So then obviously I had to just kind of like make sure I'd never go back to 90 kilos again, just always stay around while I'm staying around that. But obviously now as a professional, I got a lot more knowledge on it. I've got a team, I've got nutrition and some of that stuff, so everything is a lot easier.
Bro, so I guess with boxing, it's still a work in progress. I like boxing, I do like boxing a lot, bro. And I was just saying to you just randomly before we started, I said, like, bro, how do you deal with like a man just punching you in your face? And it's like, you just said, I was like, someone punches your face and someone in the corner says, yeah, stick behind your jab. It's like, like, and you said you don't register like as a fight. Yeah, so you fully embrace that this is a sport.
Yeah, it's a sport. Like, someone punches me in my face, I don't see it as a violation. Like, oh, they banged my face. It's more like, he's not meant to hit me. I'm meant to move out the way. I'm meant to defend. I'm meant to block that. So I fully I'm just into the sport of boxing and that. So it's like you got to keep a cool head. You can't afford to I'm saying, like, be a hothead or switch or just not be focused because.
But you're saying in theory, but there must be times in a fight you look just thought, do you know, I'm just gonna, bro, or maybe I'm paraphrasing that. I'm just gonna bang him out, bro, like that.
No, do you know, it's sometimes I don't think maybe in a few fights I need to think, but like in sparring, the only time I'd get frustrated or get annoyed is if I can't get my work off. Yeah. So if I'm trying something and this guy just keeps peppering me, I'm like, bro, I can't. It's not clicking today. We're having a brawl. That's it. Cool. I'm stepping to you, and it's a fight now. You put me like, if you can handle it, is what it is. We're going to war, but I'm pressing now. That's out the window. That's the only time. Not necessarily because someone caught me with a good shot. Like enough times people caught me with a good shot, and I'll tell them, right, that was a good shot. Do you know what I'm saying? I'll be like, oh, good shot. My turn now, and then I turn it up. Do you know what I'm saying? So.
But again, bro, the natural person like, this can sound so dumb, bro, but when you get hit, does it hurt?
Good question. But there's obviously punches out there that hit you and it hurts when they hit. Body shots hurt. Like, for everything else, adrenaline kind of minimizes that pain. It's like, boom, like, all right, cool, that was a good shot, but we're good. Body shots is the only thing you can't get away from. You get caught with a good body shot, you're gonna react. You're gonna react still. You can always hide a good shot to the head or shot to the chin, or you can always hide, but a body shot, you're gonna feel it still.
You said to not show like emotion when you get hit, or? Because I see like certain man I'm like, bro, that had to hurt. That.
Yeah. So, sometimes you get hit and it hurts, but they tell you don't show it on your face. So it's like anything. So like, we could be doing a workout, and you're tired. They'll be screaming, don't show it. That's my coach. Always screams that, don't show it. Don't show you're tired. It's like, cool, poker face. Like, you're not showing you're tired, and that kind of translates into the ring. That when you're tired in the ring, you're not trying to show it, or when you're hurt, you're not trying to show it. Because the minute I show it on my face, I'm telling you, I'm hurt or I'm tired, and that's gonna give you that little bit of energy to kind of press on me and stick it on me and that. So, yeah. That's
mental, bro. And then, bro, so then, when like you got a trainer, you got a coach, but like, how many hours? Like when you're in a fight, when you're in a training camp, like how often do you like? What's the schedule looking like? Are you in there? Like how does it look like? Morning, day, afternoon, weeks? How does?
Yeah, I mean most days is twice a day.
For how long roughly are you in the gym for?
So like in the morning I'll be in the gym. We'll be in the gym like 2 hours, hour and 45 minutes, and then my next session, depending on what day it is, I could be in the gym hour and a half, or I might just do a run, 45 minutes, half an hour, depending on how my body feels, or I might just not do nothing. So yeah, but it's every day.
But then like, where do athletes usually get their injuries from? Is it in the training camps or is it in the actual fights?
Nah, most injuries come from the training camps. Training camps, that's wear and tear on the body, or you're beating your body up to a point where like sometimes you're just flat, there's nothing in there, and you got to go in again the next day and do it again. Your body's obviously going to pick up little niggles here and there. Sparring as well, sometimes some guys like to spar too hard.
Yeah, they say sometimes the sparring can be more than the fight sometimes.
Well, that's where you take most of the damage. So you think about it, like some people spar 3 times a week, some people spar twice a week. So you're going in the gym every week sparring 3 times or twice a week with, a good level of competition, and you're beating each other up like 3 times or twice a week. It's not the fight where you take the damage. The fight's one day. After that, you take your rest, you take time off. The camp leading up to that, you could have had a mad session the day before. You got to go in and spar the next day. The guy you're sparring might have come in fresh. He's hitting you with everything he throws. That's where you're taking most of the damage. That's where you might get a concussion in sparring, because you know what I'm saying, all these little things can happen, or you might get little niggles, little injuries. It's all from camp, because you're beating your body up to get your body in shape, you know what I mean?
Bro, talk about the part, like, because a lot of people, I mean, the casual person doesn't understand that. If you don't fight, you don't get paid. Yeah. So you can be like, 5 weeks into a fight, which is 6 weeks away, and if you get injured, or if the other fighter gets injured, what happens, bro, if the other fighter gets injured?
It's the same thing. Yeah, so, look, there's different levels, innit? I'm sure like guys at the highest level, they might get some sort of competition, but they got endorsements or sponsorships or things like that, pay them enough to be able to take an L like that. But for the guys at, the lower levels, like I was saying to you earlier, like if it's January and I ain't boxed, and now today's July and I ain't boxed, and I get a fight coming up and I take it, and then on the week of the fight, my opponent gets injured, I'm in the same position. I spent money on camp. I spent money on whether it's travel, buying gym clothes, buying gloves, buying a new sparring set, whatever level it is, you're spending money. At a higher level, probably spending more money on your nutrition, strength and conditioning coaches, a physio, all these things. Some people get camp houses, have a chef. You're paying for all these things, your food. If the fight gets called off, the fight gets called off. Like if you ain't got no sponsors that are paying you monthly or paying you for whatever, you don't get paid. You just have to wait till the next opportunity.
Bro, let me understand. So obviously I come from a musical background per se, but so you have a promoter,
Yeah.
you have a trainer, and then do they? I mean, obviously I know the big guys like AJ will have like management 258, but what's the setup really for a typical boxer in terms of like who does the endorsements? If there's like, is that like how does it work? Because no one really don't see how.
Yeah, boxing's kind of very old school. So like you have a trainer, you have a manager, and then some people have promoters. Not everyone signed to promoters. But you have a trainer and your manager. Your manager is out there to get you the best deals in boxing. So if an opportunity comes up, try to get you paid the most. If you're at a certain level where you're a sellable fighter and you're with a promoter, he'll guide you to a certain position until you get to like a world title, and then now you're in big fights. But then there's other guys that just have to grind their way and fight their way to certain positions. But in terms of sponsorship and stuff like that, it's a bit tricky, man. It's weird because boxing managers don't really cover that ground. They don't specialize in that. But recently there's been some, new guys coming through that, tried to do the whole 360 thing as managers, and they'd cover that. But other than that, some people might just have brand managers or whatever to kind of deal with that stuff. But in actual, like you said, like 258, they probably cover everything. You know what I'm saying? So, but boxing managers, they just try to get you the best deals and the best fights possible for their fighter and stuff.
I hope this doesn't sound controversial, but bro, you see with promoters, like I think it's like record labels, like when an artist when you get signed to a label, and then the job for you is to be a priority on that label. Like you're not going to get the best that they can give you. So when you sign with a promoter, or when the boxer sign with a promoter, is it like you have to work your way up to be like one of their like main guys?
Yeah, obviously everyone has their favorites in every industry, but like if there's a fighter there that probably ain't as good as me, but they sell loads of tickets.
It's more commercial.
You feel me? Yeah, so they're making the promoter money, so yeah, we're in the business of that guy because he's in the making money business. We're gonna make him look good, make him look like a superstar. We're gonna sell him to his community or wherever it is that, whatever ethnicity they are, like sell him to his community, make him a hero in his community, wherever he's from, and try and build off that. Whereas if you got someone else, for example, like let's say if you got me that doesn't sell as much tickets, but I'm a good fighter, I gotta do a lot more to get that sort of treatment and to get into that position.
Basically, what have you learned coming into boxing? Like, what have you learned? Because I ask artists, like, what have they learned? But you've come into boxing, because bro, there's gonna be like man them thinking, raw, like, bro, I think I can fight. It sounds cliche. Like they be thinking like, raw, like, you're Denzel, what have you learned about this whole boxing game? Like, do you get what I mean? What kind of things have you picked up on?
In that sense, I mean, a lot of people can have a scrap, but organised fighting, like with rules and a lot of people can't do that. Whether it's boxing or MMA or like, there's so much more to it. A lot of guys, when someone's a boxer, they're all gonna be like, but if it's a street fight, a lot of guys from boxing or fighting backgrounds come up from street fighting. Yeah. Like, they always say like boxing's a poor man's sport. A lot of guys, you ask them how they got into boxing, they'll tell you they were fighting outside for long and their parents saw and took them to the gym, or it's always come from fighting outside. So it don't work like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, but other than that, just the business of it, man, it's cutthroat, man. It is what it is. Like, there ain't no favors. There's no favors in this thing. Like, there's no favors. It's just you have to work. Like, you really have to put in the work to get where you want to get to. Like, some people just are fortunate and they're blessed and they get a clear route to the top and they make some good money and stuff like that. But it's not the same for everyone, man. Like, it's not all glitz and glam. Like, I think before I turned pro, someone gave me a statistic. They said, like only 5% of boxers actually make a living off boxing. And bro, me being in boxing, the amount of boxers I've seen guys that have been on Team GB or won ABA championships and just be like, this ain't working, I'm retiring just to go get a job. I'm saying, you was with a promoter and stuff. You didn't even come from the small hall circuits where you had to sell tickets to get this and that. You was with a promoter, but you still feel like you need to quit boxing to go and get a job and work to provide for your family. So it's mad. It's just is what it is, man. It's proper cutthroat.
So, bro, for you now as a boxer, right? You've been in how many fights you've had?
I think I had like 23.
23 professional, right?
Yeah,
and then 17 amateur fights.
Yeah.
What was the amateur record?
113 out of 17, lost 4.
When you lose 4, and that's amateur, right? Like, do you know why you lost them? Like, do you go back thinking like, yeah, maybe it's like my jab wasn't there, or like my defense wasn't there, like? Yeah,
the 3 of them, the one I lost, you always think, I didn't lose, whatever, but it's an opinionated sport, is what it is. But 3 of them, I remember because one guy, we fought 3 times. He beat me the first time. He had a lot more experience than me, but when I came back, I beat him the second time. So when I fought him the 3rd time, I thought I'd beat him again, but he got the decision. And then the other 2 times, I think my 3rd fight, I lost. My first time going in the championships, I had to make championship weight. And I didn't know how to make the weight, like I was saying to you. So I done a madness, and because I was so heavy, so I was like, I had to be 75 kilos, right? And 2 days before the fight, I was 79 kilos. So that's like 4 kilos, isn't it? Yeah, so, yeah, around that. But like now, that's a lot. I'd know how to get that off, kind of, safer than that time. So I remember I didn't eat for 2 days. I was sipping on water and I was trying to train.
Training as well.
I was training as well, and I was just sipping on water. I didn't eat, but obviously I'm not telling my coach I'm not eating, innit? I'm trying to make the weight. So I remember I was sleeping in a puffer jacket, like just so I can sweat in my sleep a bit more. Or I go for a walk and I'm wearing a puffer jacket, like, or whatever, like. Or like if I'm in the car, I put on the heating and I just try and sweat in the puffer jacket, whatever, like. So I got into that fight and I was so dizzy. I was like, bro. Obviously, like, you weigh in and you get to eat, but in the amateurs it's all the same day.
Oh, so you don't really have, okay, yeah.
You don't get the next day. So I remember I weighed in, then we went calf, and I ate, and I felt a bit better, but I hadn't really gained my strength back, you know what I mean? And I was like, bro, I'm dead. So I always say in that fight, that guy should have knocked me out. But, but he couldn't, innit? But I got my get back in the pros, innit? So in my 3rd fight as a pro, I fought him, and I knocked him out in the 1st round. So I was like, cool.
Judges, it's subjective, but like I think we've seen in the sport of boxing, like there's been many fights where it's like, how was this judged that way? For fighters, how do you guys see the judging thing? Like, because it seems like it happens to everyone to an extent where it's like, bro, that don't make sense. Like, how do you reconcile that then?
It's mad because all you can say is it's an opinionated sport. So it's someone's opinion. So if I'm judging this fight based on how I think it went, how can you tell me I'm wrong? Do you know what I'm saying? But then there's some that are just so obvious and it's like, come on, man. Everyone knows that. How did you not see that? You got to remember as well, these judges, they're probably boxing fans. So if you got someone like Canelo fighting a nobody, I'm watching Canelo. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I'm not judging this subjectively like, all right, cool, let me clear my mind. This is 2 guys, let me see who wins. You're obviously going to favour who you're a fan of. They're probably a fan of, I'm just using Canelo as an example, innit? A fan of Canelo, I'm watching what Canelo's doing. I'm saying, all right, that's amazing. Yeah, he's getting caught, but I can see what he's trying to do. That's a Canelo round, man. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So, like, for example, Canelo and Amir Khan fight. For me, Amir Khan was winning.
He was winning the first one. Until he got knocked out. Yeah.
I thought he was outboxing, landing his shots, getting out the way. But I remember hearing on the scorecards, Canelo was up. I'm saying, you're judging it based on what you think Canelo's about to do. Like, yeah, he's setting him up. Canelo's setting him up, man. He has to be, man. Yeah, that's a Canelo round, man. But that's the only thing I can think of when it comes to some of the scorecards. Or sometimes it's like, if I don't know this person and this is the home fighter, you're just gonna favour the home fighter, innit? Like, all right, yeah, that's why sometimes they hometown decisions. But like I said, it's an opinionated sport, innit? Like, unless you actually knock someone out, you gotta wait for the judges to tell you what they thought or how they think the fight went. So,
bro, as a boxer, like, so kind of like wrapping up, bro. As a boxer, if you have a legitimate excuse, is it like almost a code? It's like, bro, like whether my left shoulder popped out in the fight or my right, I'm not gonna use it as an excuse. Like, Why do boxers not feel more freely to say, look, man, like I tried my best, but I had this injury, like?
Because no one cares. Do you know what I'm gonna say? No one cares. Like, I've tuned in to see a good fight. I paid my money to see a good fight, and you're gonna perform like that because you're injured. Firstly, you probably didn't declare the injury before the fight, and
again, because you need to get paid, innit?
you feel me?
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
And secondly, if you're not fit, don't fight. Cool. Sometimes you can get injured in the fight. You can get injured in the fight, and I hear that. But then it's like, I don't really. It's just an excuse. It's like, oh, everyone wants to make an excuse. Just accept the loss or whatever, like, and go your way in it. Like, you tried your best, whatever. No one wants to hear excuses. I think people probably appreciate it more if you just say, I tried my best and he was better. Like, you know what? Fair play. But if you start saying, oh, you only beat me because I hurt my arm or I hurt my shoulder mid-round, everyone will be like, oh, come on, man. No one wants to hear that. Like, if you're not fit, don't fight. But like you said, I need to get paid, so of course I'm gonna want to fight. I'm gonna try and fight through it, because if I don't, I might lose the opportunity and not get this fight again, and I'm not gonna get paid until God knows when. So that's what it is.
Bro, can we talk? I mean, you may have spoken about it before, but when you were training, it wasn't your last fight. It was a fight before last when you had your first, was it son?
Yeah.
That whole experience, bro, like that's a life-changing experience, and then having to fight at the same time. So it's like, how were you trying to like marry the both?
It was a bit mad, because like you say, my life's changing and I'm just not accepting it. I'm trying to put it on hold, but I've had a good camp up to that point, and it gets to like the last 3 or 4 weeks, and obviously my son's born prematurely. He was 6 weeks premature, so he's got to stay in hospital. He's in intensive care, and obviously I want to be there. If you hear a grown man is in intensive care, that's scary, innit? So I'm thinking, how much more your child, my first child as well. So obviously I want to be there, and you know what I'm saying, make sure, you know, everything's good. I mean, obviously the midwives and I've got to do their job, but I just feel like me being there, I want to, yeah, you feel me? It's my kid, innit? So I'm thinking I can take the stress, because I ain't gonna lie, I've had fights where family members have passed away or my friends have passed away, and I've had to push it back in my head and fight, and I've been alright. So this is another one of those things. I know it's not quite the same, but it's like, I'm good at just, alright, cool, just this is what life's thrown at me, take it and let's move on. You feel me? So I'm saying I'm still gonna fight, and people are like, oh, you still gonna? I'm like, yeah, of course I'm still gonna fight. Like, come on, like, I'm well, whatever, but mentally my head was just fried, like all over the place. I'm in the gym and I can't really lock in. I'm sparring and I'm not really doing what I normally do. I'm just always just, I can't be asked to think about my work. I just want to stand there and fight. I take the shots and I'm going to give some back, and this, whoever finishes stronger. Do you know what I'm saying? But at the time, I'm not realizing that I'm mentally just stressed. I'm tired. I'm mentally tired. I'm just thinking, bro, this is my situation. I've got to deal with it. I've got a fight coming up. I've got to deal with it. So yeah, I'm still in decent shape, but the last 3-4 weeks, that was probably, it was hard to make the weight, because I'm out of routine for the most important part of the camp. But I've just gone through a whole camp, do you know what I'm saying? I'm headlining at the MEN Arena, massive opportunity. I meant to go through this with Frank Warren's saying the winner gets the world title shot. I don't really want to pull out, do you know what I'm trying to say? I'm not even thinking to pull out. I'm not thinking to say, oh, I'm not fighting. I'm just thinking, this guy's not my level. I'm going to get in there, knock him out and go home, and then I deal with life when I need to, innit? Had the fight, didn't go my way. But when I had the time off, and I spent the time with my son, and everyone's good now, I'm in a better place, I realized that, well, mentally where I am now, my brain was congested at that point. Like, I was fried, like, I was mentally fatigued. Like, so now when I got back in the gym, I'm thinking about work and I'm moving, and I'm saying, bro, that's mad. Like, I'm clocking now, I'm like, bro, look at the difference. This is annoying, but I'm not gonna go to my coach or anyone and say, hey, bro, can you, in my mind, I'm just thinking to myself, like, bro, this is mad. Like, I'm moving my feet, I feel lighter, like, I feel like there's a weight lifted off my shoulder, I feel good. But the loss don't even matter to me no more, because of how I'm feeling now. I was like, oh, I wish I felt, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just weird. At the time, I didn't appreciate the fact that it was a lot going on. Maybe I should take some time off. But then when I had the time off and I managed to clear my mind and spend time with my son and just enjoy him a little bit, and, you know what I'm saying, just start getting back to what my life was changing to, then my mind started freeing. I was like, wow, like, I'm in a much better place mentally. So then it was like, okay, cool. Now I just got to prove in my next fight that I weren't right in my last fight. But I got to do it without making the excuse.
Yeah, I got it.
See what I'm saying? I can't come out and say, bro, I was in the hospital for like in the last 3 weeks, I was in the hospital for like 10 days. I can't say that. Nobody cares. After my performance, now I can say, yeah, the last fight was a bit mad. But you lot seen the difference yourself, so you lot judge. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it kind of was.
And bro, in closing, like, it sounds cliche, I guess. Every boxer says they want to be a world champion, yeah, but what is it that you want out of boxing now? Or has it always been after, like, seeing the about?
Yeah, no, it's changed, though, isn't it? Now, like, because I understand boxing and I love it and I breathe it, like, I want the legacy. I want like, the kids growing up to watch me like I watch them. Yeah. Like, when I'm bored and I'm putting on fights, I'm putting on Floyd and that. I want someone to put on my fight. When I'm going for a run on the treadmill, put my phone down, I'm putting on Andre Ward or Terence Crawford. I want some young kids to be on the treadmill running, putting on my fights, watching me like, yeah, this was a fight. So I'm saying I want people to, I want to influence some kids because of you know, my fight. So I want the legacy, but of course we all want financial stability. So, I mean, and I guess with the legacy and the world titles and all these things, it goes hand in hand, innit? But you gotta make the right decisions in your life with all that stuff. But yeah, I want the glory, world titles, but financial stability.
Bro, closing, like, how's the family taking it now though? Like, years on?
Oh yeah, they love it. Like, it's as if they put me into it. Like, yeah. So my dad lives in Ghana. He flies back every fight. He comes down. My mum's at every fight now. Even though at first, like, she was kind of scared. Like, I remember my debut. She's like, no, let me just stay at home and pray. I'm like, Mum, you can't do that. You gotta come to my first fight. Like, even if you don't come to no more after this, you gotta come to this one. Now she's there, like, front line, like, just screaming. So it's good still.